I've got a job to do, too. Where I'm going, you can't follow. What I've got to do, you can't be any part of. He's looking at you, kid.
From the first day of school, I start teaching them how to communicate and how to problem solve with each other. So what I do is I teach them what big problems are and what little problems are.
A big problem if you're lost, you're hurt, you're sick, or you're bleeding. And a little problem is if people are not helping you clean up in the centers.
The bus stop
isn't always there.
changes.
I think I have a very important role in the world. I am building up the minds of these small children that are in my care for 8 hours a day. I build up their hearts, I build up their trust, I build up their knowledge. I teach people to read.
My teacher, Miss Tosin, taught us how to read. Now I know how to read every day.
26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
I actually became a teacher because of Mr. Rogers. I wanted to be Mr. Rogers when I grew up.
My favorite part of the day is when I get to see the students come in and they smile and they love to learn and they love to tell me about what they're learning. We do something called Genius Hour, so the students get to pick anything that they want to talk about and study. And I have never seen students so passionate about what they're working on when they get to choose it.
You get to pick a topic about whatever you want to learn for the whole year, and we get to Skype with people that know a lot about our topic or around the world.
Action, climax, falling action, resolution.
My kids teach me something every single day. When they walk in the room, they share with me stories that they did that night or that weekend. Sometimes I don't always get across what I'm teaching, and so I'll ask a student to share with them what they've learned, and they're able to word it so much better. And then I say, wow, I should have said that, and I will use their terminology when I'm talking to another student. One of my students, I was talking to them about, it's raining cats and dogs. That's an idiom. It's a silly expression that has a completely different meaning. And so we were talking about all of these different idioms, and one of my students raised his hand, and I called on him, and he said, "You're in the doghouse." And I said, "Perfect, that's a great example of an idiom. Now what does it mean?" And he said, "I don't know, but my mom says it to my dad all the time."
In my classroom, I focus a lot on making them think deeper about the math. So even if they get the right answer, I ask them why. How'd you come to conclusions? How'd you make that connection to your previous knowledge? It's because understanding the math deeply is what helps project them into the outside the box thinking about the math. So the thing is, yes, I want them to know the math, I want them to be great at it, but how can I help them do that, and what life skill can I get them that it can be applicable in any environment. Here we go. All right, so you should be working on your floor plan. You should have, at this time, you should have all your windows in. Like the project we're working on now is called Aspiring Architects. And with this project that we've been doing since October of last year, the students are given parameters, they're given a budget. They had a $3 million budget to create a dream home. Because it's one thing to come in and say, do the math because you got to know it, or here's the math, and now let's do it in the real world application. And they leave going, wow, I can't believe I just designed a house.
Miss Britt makes it fun as it can be.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
favorite part of teaching is when you feel like you're at your wit's end and all of a sudden someone comes along and they get it. They say something and it's like the clouds part and you're like, yes! They heard me, they got it. That's the best part. And there's times when I get kind of caught up in, okay, well, I know they can do this. And sometimes it takes, you know, that little voice going, okay, but there's still 5.
Use your ears, and we're going to count together. How many times?
7.
Okay, here we go. Ready, go.
1, 2.
I hope that they say they learned to love to read. I hope that they say they had fun. I hope that they say they made friends. And mostly, I hope that they say that I loved them and they loved me.
I like to do a lot of group work with them. Sometimes, you know, when you get 2 people trying to solve a problem, you get 2 different perspectives that they can share. Helps them to think maybe of ideas or different perspectives that they may not have come up with on their own. So I just think it's a positive part of my classroom, yeah.
I don't know, it's so fun. I don't have any words to say anything.
Okay. And it's a poem, so what do we find poets like to do when they write poetry? One of the biggest fulfillments for me as a teacher is having those students that come in the beginning of the year that just, you know, don't have that self-confidence. I had a student like that a few years ago, and by the end of the year, the last day of school, we were dismissing, and he was in the back of the room, he was crying, and I went over there and I said, what's wrong, baby? And he said, I don't want to leave.
Miss Golden taught us that you really got to work hard to get what you want, but most of the time, she just has it ready for you. She really believes in you.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.